Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is one the only, the Med Character, and here you guys today, bringing you another battle in the UPA Season 2. What ultimately ended up happening, why you guys are seeing this on Saturday instead of the normal Sunday, is we agreed between the 4 people who have made it to playoffs. Once again, you already should know who that is based because I linked in the last video and all that, but so yes, we agreed between the 4 of us that basically the way we would do it is instead of stretching it over the course of 2 weeks, on Saturday we would upload the semis, and the 2 people who go to finals would upload that Sunday, because Sunday is kind of sort of the day where most people upload it. Not everybody, but where most people. So yeah, that's why you're seeing the semifinals match today. And once again, I wish that I did not have to post-com this, but my computer's acting stupid. There's nothing I could do. So yeah, so if you guys are hyped for the semi-final match, here against Logical Rhythm, coach of the Bikini Bottom Blastoise, make sure you hit that like button down below. Make sure to check out our opponent down there too. He's a really great guy, all that fun stuff. Anyway, let's get right into this. So as you see on your screen, we have a very scary team on his side, consisting of Nidoqueen to set up rocks, Arcanine, which can be physical or special and carries Intimidate, Snorlax, which can set up sweep a team, Umbreon, which is just a wall. Then we also have Slowbro chilling in the back, doing a lot of things. Then we also have the Leafeon, which I was not expecting, but at the same time, it can do a lot of things, especially with it, because to be fair to him, he did have to bring the Leafeon. It was kind of a forced play, just because otherwise Gastrodon could provide a really big wall to his team, and it's kind of like, ugh. So anyway, leading off this match, hold on one second while I hit the play button. So he decides to lead with the Nidoqueen, and I lead with my Mew. I believe... Well, actually, let's just watch it play out, because I honestly do not remember this. So, I believe my mindset with him was that he was going to get up rocks. And so, and once again, these turns take me hours, because I'm sitting here running through every scenario, doing calcs and all this other stuff, and it's all just... It's very convoluted behind the scenes. But ultimately, I decided that even if he goes for rocks on the Nidoqueen, I'm going to get rocks up. But he swaps out, obviously. While Nidoqueen does get rocks, it's not a very common thing to run. You're more likely to see the Life Orb Sheer Force attacker. But the Umbreon does come in, which should wall me and all that fun stuff. But the Umbreon swaps out into Shelly, which baits the Aura Sphere, revealing it, which sucks, but it needed to happen at that point. From there, I swap out Mew into Dark Mark, trying to get the setup, possibly. Yeah, and also, really quickly, I want you guys to know that he did not bring quite a few threats that I was expecting him to bring. I wanted to jump into this before we got full into the match. The first thing is the Dragonite. The Dragonite was not there, which I was expecting a lot of, simply because it did put pressure on my team to bring certain mons, like Slurpuff could have been an option and all that, but Dragonite wasn't here, and thank God for that. But Slowbro was here, and that Slowbro is a problem. Slowbro, if you do not know, is a very, very thick wall, and it's meant to be a wall at the end of the day. So, I mean, I can't really hate, but still. Anywho, he swaps in the Arcanine here, takes the rocks damage. I get the Intimidate, but I'm swapping out into Mew because I figured, what the hell, let's get a Heal Bell off, try to heal that paralysis. He luckily misses a Willow right there, so I decide, alright, let me bait anything this thing can do, and I swap into Gastrodon. I see the special set, so I instantly start thinking, I believe I thought Solar Beam at one point, but so I just go for Clear Smog, just nice and neutral. In case the Leafeon came in, it would have done some damage. Luckily, Cindy has no special, or no physical attack, and so we eat that foul play rather well, but then the Toxic comes out, which is really, really annoying. And Cindy, I was spamming Earth Power at this point, because I figured, let me try to go for a special defense drop, I guess, but as you see, Umbreon likes to be a pain in the ass. But that's purposely why I had Heal Bell on Mew, because I was like, okay, we're going to need to heal up some things. Aura Sphere, unfortunately, was not doing the damage I needed it to. I believe at this point, if I do recall... No, I did save the Mew, because I figured it could do something. But the Foul Play comes in, does that damage. And I figured, okay, he's swapping. He's not going to want to stay in, so I get a free Quiver. And while that's all well and good, Snorlax is a special defensive wall. Go for the Bug Buzz, he lives it. Goes for the Earthquake, I somehow live it, but I know he's going to live another one, but I figure, what the hell, let's just let Let's just let him go down, because my idea, once you see it come in, was set up fodder for, and really quick I'd like to pause it. My idea was set up fodder for Superior, because Superior at +2, Arcanine was going to be the only thing taking the hit, and I had Hidden Power Ground. I believe I was Life Orb, so we could have actually done something, but as you see, that first Leaf Storm missed. And I want you to know, because I was sitting in a call with my good friend Danny, and we sat there debating back and forth, do I just Giga, or do I go for the Leaf Storm? And we, like, knocked on 19 different pieces of wood over the course of, like, the 4 minutes that turn took, praying that we didn't miss, and we missed. But he goes for Earthquake, because at this point, I believe he's trying to sack the tubs, but either way, the Leaf Storm comes down on it. We do get the +2, and there's your Life Orb and all that. Then Blossom comes in. Blossom, which I was not expecting. I go for the Dragon Pulse because I figured any damage, and he has Retaliate, Quick Attack. I knew that was going to be a problem. Quick Attack on a Leafeon, especially because, so I'm assuming the moveset, because I'm pretty sure those are the only two moves that get revealed, but I'm pretty sure his moveset was Leaf Blade Knockoff, Retaliate, Quick Attack, just because, and possibly with a Rocky Helmet, but I can't be for certain on any of that. But it was definitely an interesting play. But at that point, I had swapped Crocodile in because in the range that the Leafeon was at, Earthquake kills, and I could get a Moxie boost up, so I figured, what the hell. But fortunately, of course, the Umbreon comes in, and this Umbreon is a problem. Oh, it wasn't Earthquake, it was Crunch. My apologies. So, Gastrodon comes in, swallows the foul play, and this Umbreon is literally become a really big problem for me. I don't have a physical way around this Umbreon. There's nothing I can really sit back and do, and it pretty much just has to come down to who can win the Star Wars, Cindy or Umbreon. But the only disadvantage Cindy has, of course, in this Star Wars being that while Umbreon can just Heal Bell itself up, I have to swap into Mew to get a Heal Bell, and that's sacking Mew at that point because he's taking too much damage. So it ultimately comes down to who do I value more, Gastrodon or Cindy? I never set the genders on my mons. I need to start remembering doing that. Oh my gosh, hashtag gender. Oh my god, it's 2017. Stop assuming my gender. Whatever, fucking triggered. Anyway, so I'm going for the Earth powers. Finally get a special defense drop, which I believe is where the battle starts to tilt in my favor just a little bit. Even though he's got those 5 mons, they're quite a bit damaged, and rocks damage is a thing. Now I'm starting to do something with these Earth powers. But unfortunately, he does outspeed, goes for the Moonlights, and I'm just like, ugh. And pretty much my whole endgame goal with Gastrodon was just to try to get him down low enough where Gallade could kill. That was the entire goal. Now, I do believe he just foul plays here, knocking it out, which sucks, because now I'm at the point, I'm at pretty much at his mercy. But I go for the Aura Sphere, why not? And he goes for the kill. Now, so he goes for the kill on the Mew. And at this point, this is where I message in the chat, GG, because I do not see a way I'm coming back. I can maybe take out the Umbreon. If I play my cards right, I could take out the Nidoqueen and the Arcanine, but Slowbro is a wall to these last 2 mons. He can't. Granted, Crunch is there, but I'm not living a Scald. So, Gallade comes in because he is in range for a Drain Punch, knocks him out, which I was so happy about when I saw. He brings in the Arcanine to get the Intimidate drop, which, with all due respect, very smart play on his end. But I go for the Earthquake, and he lives because of that Intimidate and burns Gallade. And at this point, I'm just like, what was I supposed to do? So I just go for Psycho Cut, nice and neutral hit, take down the Arcanine. And then Shelly comes in. Now, I was carrying Leaf Blade, but as you just saw on your screen, that did nothing. So I figured this is the time for me to start, because at this point, I was praying for a crit, and he just starts slacking off. But at this point, I'm just deciding there's no crit. So do I sack Gallade or do I make a mad prediction? And somehow I made the prediction. I got Crocodile in, and I want this noted. That was a critical hit. Slowbro was one of my mons last season as well, along with Dragonite. Just keep that in the back of your minds, ladies and gentlemen, as you watch this match. So then he goes for the Scald. Crocodile somehow lives and does not get burned. I'm going back, and that turn right there, in between those two turns, were with the first and second crunch, was easily 10 minutes. With me running calcs on every form of Slowbro to figure out whether or not I killed. And at that point, I killed. I was really lucky. I believe it was a very high up roll. It wasn't a max roll, but it was very high up there with the defensive Slowbro he was. So luckily, the Slowbro does go down, putting Crook at +1 where he needs to be right now. So I swap Crook out, which this is another reason why I thank myself for making that pro play of swapping, because that gives me sack off, and that because I was obviously a choice Scarf Crook with Earthquake, and it simply came down to. But the problem is, if I was locked into Crunch, it was game over. With having Gallade sitting in the back, I was able to swap into Gallade. Nidoqueen kills the Gallade. I'm okay with that because Liability comes in, Earthquake tears through, and then the Leafeon comes in, and I'm like, I can actually do this. Well, hold on. Okay, there. Blossoms in, takes rocks damage. I can actually do this. Then I remember his Leafeon has Quick Attack. Liability. Because he told me after the battle he was jolly. The only way he had a chance to kill Liability with that quick attack was if he was adamant, and it would have required a max roll. If anybody, and I mean anybody, on this planet tries to tell me that Crocodile is a bad mon, he turned what was most likely going to be a 5-0 into a victory. Because of Crocodile, because of the amazing reads and predictions, and just the sheer dumb luck at the end of the day with the crit, we have advanced to the final match. All y'all haters have been dogging me since day one. You're gonna get bodied. You don't know what you're doing. You're going to be destroyed. You're trash. But I'm sitting here at the final match, which will be up tomorrow, as I said at the beginning of this video. And it is going to be against the one, the only, it's Shadow Link. The one person who across both seasons of this thing, across this lovely league of ours, I've never been able to beat. It's going to be a lot of calcing, a lot of over-predicting, and at the end of the day, it's going to come down to who predicted who to bring what mons. Is literally what it's going to come down to. But so, if you guys did enjoy, hit that like button down below. Show that you are hyped for the final match of Season 2. And do not forget to check out Diage down in the description below. He's an amazing battler. He made playoffs both seasons. Not a lot of people can say that they can make back-to-back playoff spots. But he did it. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to up out here. This is the Met Captain, signing out.